Hi YouTube world, welcome back to my channel. Happy Valentine's Day. If this is your first time visiting me, welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm Adrienne, I'm in New York, and like many of us, I'm still in quarantine and I'm not doing anything much this Valentine's Day, but celebrating at home. So I just thought it would be nice to jump on. It's been a while. I've been having some skincare issues that have required me to just avoid makeup a little bit for a little more than a week. And so I am just looking to do something nice for myself. And yeah, I just thought this was like the best day to do so. And also just a chit chat. So if you are into get ready with me's, if you like that sort of thing, just hang out with me. Let's do this. I don't have anything really in mind. I thought I would talk a little bit about Valentine's Day, what it means to me, what it's meant to me, you know, kind of as I get ready and all that jazz. So I just finished washing my face. It feels pretty dry, actually. I just used the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. Which I'm not that big of a fan of. I feel like that's much more drying on my skin than the Cetaphil one. So I'm just gonna bring some hydration back. And really, like, my skincare issues was I overused retinol and I just experienced like a pretty severe burn reaction. So I'm just kind of getting over that, and I have a little friend on my cheek because happy Valentine's Day to me. I just put on my face the Time Revolution Moist. I just wanted to kind of refresh my face, so any skincare products I put on are absorbed nicely. I'm going to be going in with the vitamin C serum by Teamy, which is in my project pan, along with the Misha Time Revolution as well. So how are people celebrating today? Is it a celebration at all? Do you like this holiday? Do you think it's just a gimmick? I like it. I mean, I don't like going overboard with it. Although I have gone overboard before or in the past, but I like having a day where we just pause and reflect on love and feeling love and nice feelings. And it doesn't have to be just romantic love. It can be the love of a friend or the love of yourself. Number one, if you don't love yourself, you don't have the capacity to love others. That is something you learn in life. You just, it's the same. It's like the like when you get on an airplane, you put the mask on yourself so that you can help others. It's the same thing with love and our capacity to love. We got to figure out how to love the person we're stuck with longest. And then we can figure out what that looks like with other people. So, and that takes a while because some of us experience all sorts of different things growing up, and it makes us really confused and not understand this love thing. So it's a lot to unpack. I don't want to go that deep. Let's not go that deep. Let's just celebrate what we know of ourselves right now. If you're wondering what's on my nails, I love this nail polish. So much fun. It's the Zoya in Rashida. It's a really pretty high gloss metallic shade. It's really, really nice. I thought it was pretty celebratory for Valentine's Day. I want to put on just a moisturizer that is going to help me through this sort of retinol burn. I picked up the Vanna Cream, which is really nice. It's a very inexpensive, but it's for sensitive skin and it's free of lots of stuff. It is on the heavier side in a weird way. I can't figure it out. And it says non-comedogenic, but I used it and this little guy showed up. So normally this is something that happens, especially in this area, if I'm not agreeing with a product, and this is the newest product in my arsenal. So I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't use it today. Maybe I should go to my tried and true for right now, which will be the Marc Jacobs Youthquake. Also my project pan. It's a nice gel. Now I can use it again. When I had the retinol sensitivity, I just felt like the skin all around here just felt like a burn. It felt like so sensitive. I couldn't put anything on it, anything. No cream in my arsenal could I find that my skin could take. No eye cream, nothing. It was so crazy. Yeah, and I don't know why it happened. I didn't feel like I overused retinol, but maybe it was a combination of something. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty regular when it comes to like what I use, so I was a little surprised, but that's okay. Events like that happen in the skincare, world. I was thinking about what kind of makeup I want to do today. So my husband and I, we've been together for more than 20 years. That is crazy. This is technically our 20th Valentine's Day. It's today. We've done it all on Valentine's. I think when you're together so long with someone, you've just done it all. You've done it all. So now we're in quarantine. We're not going anywhere. So I think I'm just going to make a really nice meal, bake something really nice. I'm going to do like an open face apple galette, just like an apple tart, basically, in pastry. So I'm just going to do a really nice meal, and we'll probably watch a movie and, that kind of thing, do a nice romantic home day in or night in. But in preparing for this, I don't think I've said this on my channel before, but my husband does not like me to wear makeup. He just likes me barefaced and natural, as close to natural. So I actually have my own theories. I do think he likes me to wear makeup. He just likes it to look very, very natural. And so as Valentine's Day is about expressing love, I certainly don't want to do a face of makeup that is going to, that he's not going to like. It's the one day where I'm like, okay, let's just do what he likes. So I'm going to be pretty light, but still I want to do something to make myself look a little special. But we're going to keep it pretty natural looking, or somewhat natural. So right now I'm just using the CC cream, and I'm just using very little of it. This stuff can get full coverage and very heavy looking. So I put the smallest amount, and I just start to blend it into my skin. And it's really just to give me a nice finish, but I don't need to cover a ton up. Even this guy, I'm gonna let him be. He's new. I don't want to stress him out too much. What if he becomes something really terrible and is going to stay on my face for weeks? I don't want to upset him. So I'm literally taking the tiniest bit, and I'm just kind of mushing it first in my fingers, and then I'm just sort of tapping it around. And I feel like this way I can feel how much I'm putting on, and I don't over apply. The IT Cosmetics, I mean, look, I've been using it for a long time. This is my third, full bottle using. It's a product that I'm quite familiar with, and it can go really, really heavy on my skin. And so I just found this is the best way for me to feel like it's still my skin. And yeah, I feel like that's nice. And I'll probably go in with a tiny bit of concealer on this guy, but nothing too crazy. I just have a feeling nothing's gonna really adhere to it. So why make it more angry than it has to be? So I don't know if you guys feel the same way about kind of adjusting your makeup for, who you're gonna be staring at all night long. I've always loved makeup. Makeup is a form of self-expression. I got into it like a lot, like really, really into it in college. I went to a performing arts college, and as part of that, with shows and everything, you know, makeup is just part of the theatrics. And I loved doing my makeup, my other cast members' makeup. And I'm using the butter bronzer to just warm up my face a little bit. So yeah, so I've always loved it, but I also really love myself, the way I look without it, and everything in between. So I've always really been pretty good with kind of like just what my face was doing, what I felt like. I think also growing up in Florida, like South Florida, where it's so hot, makeup just doesn't stay on your face. I mean, yes, you can go the real heavy route and get it to stay if you absolutely had to. I mean, Lord, I got married in Bermuda in the middle of summer on the hottest day, and I had a full face of makeup where I made it look as natural as possible, but I know there's great makeup out there that can get you there. I just have never liked to cover my skin too much. My skin is, I think I've said this before, I sweat, and when I sweat from my face. I will spit out any product that's sitting on my face, including sunscreens. And so, yeah, growing up down south, it was not a place where I really liked to wear too much makeup, though I loved doing my eyes and I loved wearing a bold lip. And that was sort of like where I did a lot of my expression. When I moved up north in New York, the weather is much, not in the summer, I mean, it's very humid here, but it's much more like just easy to wear makeup up here, obviously, because we have different seasons, and I was not used to that. So that's been really nice because I have been able to play with makeup. And so, yeah, I come in and out of like wanting to put on a lot of makeup, and I love a lot of different color eyeshadows and things. So I still do that. But for a day like today, where I'm like trying to show my love, and I want it to be about us and spending time together, I don't want anything to really distract from that, if that makes sense. So I think it's a fair compromise. And look, for me, he has to shave or he has to clean up the beard. My husband has a full beard and it could get pretty scraggly. And so that's what he's doing right now, is he's sorting himself out. So you see, it's a give and take. It's a give and take. On my face, I'm debating highlighter just because I have this guy, and do I really want to highlight him? Probably not. Let's try to put a little bit of concealer and see how that goes. And who's going to help me conceal? We're going to try MAC today. This is the Studio Finish Concealer in NC20. I think this is it's a little too something for me. It's a little too yellow, but we're gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna use my under eye concealer brush by Zoeva, which I really like because I feel like it's so large that maybe, oh, what the heck? Hey, that worked. Okay. I'm not gonna, that was easy. I really love this concealer for blemishes because it doesn't have a lot of slip and slide to it. It's really like, it's creamy and you can warm it up, but I wouldn't say it's an under eye kind of concealer. It is good to cover something, and I recommend getting the best shade. I got shade matched ages ago. So that's pretty cool. Maybe I will go in with highlight now. I have the Hyper Real Glow, and this is the one that has, I don't know why it doesn't have like shade names and stuff. That's just weird, but it has shade names inside. This is the one that has Flash and Awe, Rosy Glow, and Light of the Party. I think I'm gonna do Flash and Awe. That's this one here. This is a very pretty palette. I'm not that into highlight, but this one is special. It's not chunky, it just gives a little bit of glow, a little festive. And on this side, I'm just going to stamp it out and bring it maybe a tiny bit lower, just to not accentuate too much the texture of my best friend. Oh, speaking of best friend, I woke up this morning to such sad news. I have two cats now. One of them has been with me for almost 22 years, which is insane. Her, along with her two little kitten sisters, their mom was hit by a car close to our apartment when we were in college. And so my roommates at the time, two friends of mine, we took in her little kittens that she had left behind. So she had left 3 kittens behind. And there were 3 of us. So we kind of we divided them up and we kept them. And so one of them moved out to California. We actually don't know what happened to that cat because she became like an indoor-outdoor cat. But the other 2, mine and my best friend's, were predominantly just indoor cat only, and they both survived past age 21. So this morning I woke up and my best friend told me that her little kitten had passed away over the night, and it was so sad because I raised them. I raised them when they were days old. I have pictures. I'll try to insert a picture. Actually, I'm going to insert a picture right here of just holding them and bottle feeding them. Yeah, so it's so sad. And mine is, you know, she's older, she's, you know, blind and deaf, and she doesn't clean herself anymore, so I have to give her baths. I feel like I run a nursing home for cats. I mean, I'm in all sincerity, because I have my other cat, she has a thyroid disease and she has to get medication twice a day, and it's a lot. It's a lot. But I love them to death. They're my children, and yeah, so it's just very sad I woke up to that. But then I got to talk to my best friend for like an hour and a half, so that's never a bad thing. Even if starts off with being bad news. It's very hard to get an hour and a half with one of, you know, your most favorite people, especially on a day like Valentine's Day. On my cheek, I'm going to put on Rosy Pink. This is the Physicians Formula blush. I love these butter blushes. They're so beautiful. Not all shades are great for my skin tone, but they have a good shade range, and I love just the finish. It just has this kind of buttery glow to it, which I really enjoy. And I just like to tap it in and not disturb too much, especially on this side. You see it's, now the blush is catching, and it's like, I'm going to put a highlight on that along with, it's still way better than it was before. So I really recommend these blushes. I have them in a few colors, and I love them. I love them. And they're affordable. I mean, come on, what else do you need? I'm gonna put on some of my fresh coconut lip balm while I finish getting ready. And actually, I'm going to jump off camera, and I'm going to come back my eyebrows done, because that's sort of like boring, or you know what? No, I'm going to show you how I do my eyebrows, because I know a lot of people jump off not showing eyebrows, but you know what? At some point you should show how you do your eyebrows. So right now I'm using 2 products. I'm using the M Cosmetics brow jelly sort of thing. It's this right here. It has all these fibers, which it's crazy how many fibers come in this product. I feel like I have to remove some of them because it can get kind of much. It can get kind of much. But if you're like a no makeup person, I think you would really like this because I do feel like it tames the brows. It gives a little bit of more hair where there isn't. So you see. And it's not like crunchy or stiff or anything or overdone. So that's pretty good. And so you see one, it's nothing too over the top. Now, of course, like we all have different eyebrows. Mine are very straight and they point down, just like my eyelashes, very straight and they point down. But we all have to find products that work for our hair texture. So I don't know that this is gonna work too well for people with very coarse or textured hair. I'm not gonna lie. And you know, I think that's okay. I think there's plenty of products that are better suited for, you know, taming that. I don't think sometimes there's a one product for all. I think that's just unrealistic. And we kind of have to stop pretending that that's the case. I feel like sometimes people are like, this is the best product on the planet. You must have this. And then you get that in your mind and you believe it, and not for, you know, forgetting like, oh shoot, I'm not blonde. That's not going to work for me. Or I don't have black hair. That's not going to work for me. Or I'm not curly headed. I wish I had curly hair. Boy, do I wish I had curly hair. We always want what we don't have. So this is the Glossier Brow Flick. I really, really like this. This is, what color is this? I don't know what color this is. Brown, of course, it's in brown. So you just shake it up and it just, you easily create some little hairs, but you could see, it actually looks like hair. You do want to press, and if you make a mistake, it's like so easy to like get off, but I like this because I feel it creates a very natural brow look. So I don't like to fill in my brows too much all the time, especially if I'm going for a natural look, right? So this sort of allows me to fill in some sparse areas, but keep it pretty much like natural. My husband, he's not going to be able to tell I'm wearing makeup. You'll see. This is how it works. I'm going to end up spending half an hour putting on makeup, and he's going to be like, you see, I like you with no makeup. You look great. And it's not true. If he only knew. It takes longer to create a no makeup look than it does to create a makeup look. Now, I'm not going for a no makeup. I'm going for a tiny bit of makeup look. Because I am putting on eyeshadow. Are you kidding me? Eyeshadow is like my favorite step. Like, face products are the most necessary step to create that kind of canvas. Like, it's the most, I think, impactful step. But for fun, the eyes, no, the eyes, the eyes, the whole eyes. So here, I'm just adding a few more hairs. And if at any point you feel you went overboard or it's looking a little, okay, I'm gonna leave that just so you could see. So it looks a little blotchy there. I'm just gonna take my little spoolie and just brush it through. And that softens any clumps. And you can even take the pinpoint of the spoolie and really tackle a section if you feel it's like a little, but I like the little sparse cuckoo nature of it. I feel like that's, oh, darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Okay, so now that we're here, I have blush, I have this. I want eyelashes, but I want eyelashes after I put on eyeshadow. Yes, I do. And in fact, where did I put my eye mascara? I had two mascaras going, but I guess I can't find the other one for whatever reason. Oh, that's weird. Okay, well, I digress. I'm gonna use the Big Monsieur, but let's do eyeshadow first real quickly. I'm not gonna do too much, but I'm loving this palette. Oh my God, people. Boudoir Noir from Colourpop. I debated getting this, and I got this on sale when Colourpop was doing a super sale sometime in January, and I got it. I am so happy I got this. The colors, like number one, it has a huge mirror, which like Colourpop palettes never have. So it makes it a great travel palette for when that happens. But the color story is so beautiful. And I know it looks super basic. I know. Because that's why I didn't buy it. I said, that looks basic. I don't want anything to do with it. And I almost passed it up. And when I got the palette and I swatched it, and then I started to play around doing looks, because I have been doing eye looks at night and then washing my face just because I wanted to play with makeup. So even while my skin was freaking out, I did that. I'm just using the Milani eye primer. I'm just putting some on each eye. So yeah, I got this and I started to play around with it, and I'm just so impressed. The colors are so beautiful. They're so soft. You can create this like really grungy kind of green mustardy look. You can go a little soft rose, but it's not like overly pink, overly feminine. It's sort of just like, it has this depth to it. So I actually think it would work really nicely on deeper skin tones, especially medium skin tones. So nice. So I think for right now, I'm going to start with this color here, just to start the look and build it. And actually I'm gonna flip this around and use the mirror in here to make my life easier. And it's like, all the colors are super soft, and look, I'm already sweating. It's very, please hold, I'm going to pause because I have to open a window because I'm cooking in here and I need to survive. I'm back. I had to open the window. The charm of living in New York City is if you live in a pre-war building, if you turn off your radiator, which is controlled by the building, you may not ever be able to turn it back on. So you have to kind of live with it permanently on, and whenever they turn on the heat down in the basement, you just have to live with whatever heat they're pumping out, because yeah, if you turn it off, it doesn't turn back on in your apartment. It's charming. It's charming. This is why we pay the big bucks to live in New York City. It's to live with all the charming things that happen in New York City apartments. From critters that show up, to paint that peels off, that has lead from 1940, whatever. All this yummy stuff, man. It's so glamorous. It's so glamorous. No dishwashers, no washer and dryers in apartments. No ceiling lights. I mean, that one's always shocking to people. No ceiling lights in like living rooms. Or yeah, it's so stupid. In my apartment, actually, we can't get a regular phone because somewhere along the line there's a wire that's broken and they can't find it. And to do that kind of work would be like to destroy the apartment, destroy the building. And yeah, I miss regular phones, actually. I love a landline. I love the quality of a voice on a landline. I used to love talking on the phone for hours and hours. And then cell phones came along, and let me tell you, maybe because I was in that generation where the cell phone was like, you had to make your conversation 1 minute long because it was like dollars to talk for 1 minute. It's really crazy. In Florida, we got a cell phone like as a family after Hurricane Andrew in 1992. Hurricane Andrew destroyed our house, which is a story I could tell at some other point if you're interested in that. Surviving a hurricane that destroys everything. But out of that, your home wasn't under construction for like a long period of time again. And so in order to communicate, they really pushed like cell phones on us. And it was like the first time. So we had like our family had one cell phone to like share with everyone. And it was like $3 a minute. It was something crazy. I mean, nuts that we just take advantage of this technology now. It's like nothing. And we get so frustrated if anything happens to it. And it's like, we went through so much to get to this point. It's so funny how intolerant we become of like little glitches when we're so accustomed to something. And if you're wondering, I'm using now the color Silk Sheets, this one here. Again, I'm going for something very soft, almost like undetectable. So it's not going to be the most exciting look, but I promise to, I think I'm going to do like 5 looks, 1 palette or something like that with this palette, because I have to do that with all my palettes in order to declutter some. I have to kind of really familiarize myself with each. I think I'm going to put on some of this Good Night, and I like to put this on with my finger. It's this one here. It's just this really pretty metallic, but it has like a very soft sheen. It doesn't have to go very, very metallic. I'm gonna put that on my eyeball. And I swear this is gonna look natural. As soon as of course, if you want to go always like very natural, you stick with mattes. But when you're looking at someone afar, putting on a shimmer, something this soft, like this champagne with not a lot of glitter, really does a nice kind of job at helping you blend everything. And I'm just going to take that lighter color in the palette, that lighter matte called Deja Vu, and I'm just blending out the edge of that first color, which got a little, it's too much of a line of demarcation. I don't like that. So we're gonna do that. I always encourage people, like on days where you want to feel your most beautiful, go to what's familiar to you, and also look to the other person that you're wanting to look beautiful for indicators as to where you should go. And that also goes for like when it's a big occasion. So like your wedding, I challenge you. I know this is going to irritate some people. I know this. But when I look at old wedding photos, I love to see photos of people that I love looking their best, but not looking like themselves. I want them to look like themselves. And so I encourage you that even though if you're getting married, if you're going to do something, if it's like a big day's coming up or something, challenge yourself to look like the best version of yourself, but not like you're wearing someone else's mask, if that makes sense. I mean, sure, if you are, like, if there's like an editorial kind of like vibe to it and you want to look, but I don't know. I just feel like you'll appreciate it down the road when you end up looking like yourself in your pictures. And I think your husband or your wife or whoever you're marrying, I think is going to feel the same way. I just feel like there's something timeless where you're going to be staring at the picture. You just want to look like your best version. I put on the darkest color, which is called Hot Toddy. Sort of this like greened brown. And I don't want it to be so dark. So I actually apply it and then I just take that Deja Vu color, top right color, or top left, the lightest beige. And I'm going to just put that right on top and blend it out. And that's just a way to soften any colors. I love when there's a color like this included in a palette. So it makes my life easier. You can also use like face powder or anything. So that is the extent of my eye look, but I love how it sort of like elongated my eyes a bit, gave me a little something. Maybe I will put just a tiny bit of Melt mixed with Silk Sheets right under the eye. Just a tiny bit. And I'm not cleaning this brush, it's whatever is there from before. I just gave my eyes like a bit of a something special. So I'm liking that. Mascara. Monsieur Big Mascara. One of my favorites. Keep coming back to it. This one is in a brown shade, so which automatically makes your eyes, it look much more natural than to apply black mascara. Unless you have naturally black hair, then in that case, go for the black. But if you are any shade lighter than black, try brown. A lot of your favorite formulations probably have a brown shade. It's a little difficult to find. I don't know why people don't try brown, because it is quite beautiful, but you do want it to be like a black brown, not like a light brown, because then that also kind of becomes a little too obvious if it's like a reddish brown. I think like Colourpop has one that's from the BFF line in brownie points or something like that, and that one's a little too reddish tinged, which is super cool for its own reasons. But if you're looking for the natural lash effect, I think that's not going to give it to you. Maybe if you are a redhead, or if you're like a tawny blonde. That's my version of natural, which is still, I have makeup on, but it's nothing, it's like not too loud. So I'm happy with that. And then for the lips, I'm going to opt for something that is comfortable for me to wear, will give me some color. I can easily, continuously reapply. And as I'm talking it out, I'm thinking about it. And I'm gonna have to go, and this is a newer product to me. It's the Bobbi Brown. The Bobbi Brown, what the heck is this called? The new crushed lip balm, jelly lip balm. I actually did pick up another shade because I'm compulsive. I picked up a shade Cranberry. And so that's this shade here. And it's this really pretty, balmy, burnt cranberry look. And what I like about it is it's not too much. And I could blur it out, and I can build it up, and I can put more in the center for that kind of popsicle look, which I think always looks pretty natural. Like I just drank some wine or something, or ate a candy or something. So yeah, that's that. I think that looks really nice. I'm going to use a mister. I'm almost done. Ooh. Now I'm done with it. No, I'm almost done with my Smashbox primer water. I'm just gonna spit a little, but I love it. It's so refreshing. So there we go. We're basically done. I need to do something with my hair. I know, I just put some dry shampoo in it before I started. I cut some like longer like bangs or fringe pieces in the front. And what I forget about doing that is that it easily kind of gets just greasier in the front, but c'est la vie, c'est la vie. All right. That's it. Hair floofed. This is done. My Smashbox is drying. I'm cooked. I'm done like a chicken. Ready to go. So I'm going to go make dinner, make a fancy dessert, and I will check back in later. Okay. Take care, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day.